mundial. Yo me siento en el mejor momento y para ir a buscar lo mismo. Hay que ser campeón de la vida primero antes de ser campeón mundial. Creo que lo más lindo.
I have a buddy named Safar, up and coming boxer. So he's about 16-0, and the guy could box, man. I've seen him put work on UFC fighters. Like I've seen him spar like Bellator champions. The guy does work. So we did like a no time limit, 40-minute boxing, just whoever quits.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And he beat me that day. Dude, so I'm like, oh fuck yeah, dude, you were ready to die today.
What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be taking a closer look at the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning this weekend's fight at cruiserweight taking place in San Jose, California on the undercard of Amari Jones versus Galtieri between two top 25 fighters in the world, Robin Safar taking on the Argentinian Olympian Yamil Peralta. Guys, before I continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since day one. If you haven't already, could you please remember to hit subscribe? Could you also like this video? And right now, pinned in the comments section is a link to become a JSB Insider. You could either join here on YouTube or join on Patreon. It's a couple bucks a month. Whichever one you choose, you gain access to our world famous Johnny Says Betting Discord. It's not just boxing, it's MMA, it's all pro sports. In this Discord, you become one of over 500 now VIPs. You get all of my plays, all my props, but more importantly, you become part of our growing community. This past weekend alone, I gave our VIPs 7 winning tickets. Also, I should mention, all of my bets, whether they're props or parlays or money line picks, will always be plus money. Click that link to find out more. All right, guys, we have another weekend of boxing upon us. Last weekend was uber successful for the team. We hit on almost everything from our knockout of the week to our prop decisions of the week, and we continued 15 weeks in a row of finding our Johnny Says VIP underdog of the week. Kusay in South Africa came through for us in a big way in the rematch against Melvin Jerusalem. But in this video, what we're gonna do is go to California and talk about the co-main event at cruiserweight between the undefeated Swede Robin Safar taking on the one loss, one draw Yamil Peralta. Fight fans will know Yamil Peralta from those 2 fights with Ryan. The first one on paper on his box rec was deemed a split decision loss, but if you dig a little bit deeper, that fight took place in 2022, you'll see that it was for an interim regional title. They fought the split decision, and even though on his box rec it's a loss, the belt after the fight remained vacant. So his team kind of won, but not really. Fast forward a couple years, they get the rematch with Rozicki, and they fought to a draw. Those are the only 2 blemishes. He is a 6'3.5" orthodox fighter. He's a patient counter boxer. When he's at his best, he's waiting for you to make a mistake. So it's gonna be really interesting how these styles clash, because in his opponent, the undefeated Swede, Robin Safar, who fights out of Las Vegas, Nevada, is also a counter boxer. He's more of a boxer puncher as well. He has a little bit of a versatility to his game. If we were gonna say who's a more aggressive guy, he also likes to wait on his back foot at times and make his opponents pay for their mistakes. He's most known for an over the hill, but it's still a great win in Sergey Kovalev. So it's gonna be interesting. You got one ranked number 10, one ranked number 23. This is for a title eliminator for the WBC belt, which is currently owned by Norian Mikkeljon. So everything is on the line. Both guys are in their early to mid 30s, 33, 34. So the time is now. Both men are looking to make a mark and a splash and really go for bigger and better fights if they get the win here. So in this video, what we're gonna do is break down both fighters' careers. We're gonna talk a little bit about how they go about their business. And like always, stay tuned to the end of the video. That's where I'll be going over the current Las Vegas odds and giving you my prediction, telling you where to put your money. All right, guys, make what you will about having an Olympic pedigree. A lot of times in most recent memory, with at least the betting perspective, guys who have these great amateur records or even made it to the Olympics, think the Cubans right now, not always kind of have the immediate success in the pros. We've seen time and time again Olympians coming in as favorites and losing in the professional ranks. Now, granted, Yamil Peralta is not the favorite in this fight. It's almost a 50-50 fight on the odds, but he is known for his Argentinian representation at the 2016 Rio Games. This is a big orthodox fighter. He's methodical, he's patient, doesn't waste a lot, has a good jab, and it's going to be interesting to see his output in this fight. So what I'm going to be looking for most importantly is, will he allow his opponent, Robin Safar, dictate the pace, and will he be able to keep up with the volume and pressure? Does he have a plan B? We'll get to see all of that. When you watch his film study, he's at his best when he's dictating the tempo. Sometimes as you climb the levels in the pro ranks and you fight tougher and tougher competition, you'll see fighters being forced to go into their repertoire, and sometimes if they don't have a plan B, if they don't have a more in-depth skill set, they sometimes fall a little bit short. Will this be the case? Ryan Rizicki's a tough out for anybody, so he showed me a lot in those two fights. The first one was 4 years ago now. This is a guy in Peralta who took 2025 off, but this will be his second fight in 2026. In his opponent, Rob Safar, he's been known to be training in Las Vegas. This guy has been on record with wanting the big fights. He's more outspoken than his opponent, Peralta. He's a little bit more aggressive, but he likes to counterbox as well. He is undefeated. When you watch his tape, he does good work on the back foot, but also the front foot. He's kind of known as a boxer puncher. He's a little bit more aggressive. This guy is going to go into this fight confident. He thinks that Peralta is going to be a stepping stone to bigger and better fights, and he's been calling out the top guys at cruiserweight. We know those champions, Benavidez, Jaya Pataya, and the aforementioned Norir Minkeljohn. Right now, I do want to take a closer look at the Argentinian fighter, Yamil Peralta, and see what he's been up to in his career. Peralta is 18-1-1. Of his 18 wins, 10 of them come by way of knockout. Of his one loss, it was by decision. Out of 1,568 fighters in the world at cruiserweight, he's ranked number 23. He carries into the ring a 56% career knockout to win ratio. The 34-year-old Argentinian fighter is a 6'3.5" orthodox fighter. He was born and raised and lives in Del Viso, Buenos Aires, Argentina. We last saw him fight Juan Diaz, 13-3, stopped him in the second. Ryan Rizicki the second time, 20-1, majority draw. Machunu, 23-6, won a split decision in the 10th. Andino, 17-7, stopped him in the 4th. Grandone, 7-0, stopped him in the 7th. The fight before that, he beat a guy named Maldonado, and the fight before that in 2022, it was his only loss by split decision to Ryan Rizicki. At 34 years old, he's coming over to the United States once again. He feels with a victory over Rob Safar, it'll propel him to the #1 contender fight. The winner should project themselves to that WBC fight against Norir Minkeljohn. We'll see if that's going to be the case. Sometimes these things don't always work out. The questions I have for Peralta is going to be his output and his tempo. Sometimes you have a guy who's a good, accurate counterboxer. They become a victim to waiting too long. Some people might call it analysis paralysis when you see counterboxers trying to make things look too perfect, and then rounds will pass, and then before you know it, it's the 6th, 7th round and you need a knockout. His path to victory is going to be able to control the things from the outside with his jab. Will he have enough power to keep Safar off of him? That's going to also be another talking point and another thing to keep an eye on. That's going to have to be Peralta's game plan. Use the jab, stay on the outside, and catch Safar coming in. Will it be enough? Only time will tell. Right now, let's take a look at the undefeated Swede and see what he's been up to in his career. Robin Safar is 19-0 with 13 knockouts. Out of 1,568 fighters in the world at cruiserweight, he's ranked number 10. He carries into the ring a 68% career knockout to win ratio, and he's fought a career total of 86 pro rounds. His adoring fans know him as Robs, and the 33-year-old Swede is a 6'3" orthodox fighter. He was born in Sweden but calls Las Vegas, Nevada, USA home. We last saw him fight Derek Miller, 18-0, won a UD in the 10th. Silva, 13-3, stopped him in the 5th. Kovalev, 35-4, won a UD in the 10th. Webster, 12-6, stopped him in the 5th. This is a guy who turned over in 2017, but he doesn't even have 100 pro rounds. His professional experience does bother me, but in terms of matchups, I feel stylistically, both guys like to counterbox. Neither one of them is a massive puncher. Neither one of them is too aggressive. So I think Safar, at this stage of his career, if he feels he wants to get the big fights against the big hitters and pack out arenas, he's going to have to look great here. He didn't finish Kovalev. He won a decision in that fight. We haven't seen him in 2026. We'll see if all of those rounds in that sparring in Las Vegas is going to carry over. Neither guy could afford a loss, so everything is on the line. Before I give you guys my prediction, I want to let everybody know I do live stream videos on YouTube every single day. In those live streams, I take the JSB Insiders questions. We build long parlays together. We go over my props, parlays, underdogs of the week. In these Stats Don't Lie edited videos, you're only going to get my moneyline prediction, so be sure to turn on the notifications on my channel so you could be reminded every day and you never miss one of my live streams. All right, guys, wherever you are in the world, let's pull out our betting apps. Currently on the money line, Robin Safar is a $1.49 favorite, meaning you put 100 on Safar, you get your money back plus 49 bucks. Peralta is $2.85 dog. 100 on Peralta gets your money back plus 185 bucks. So Peralta's not quite a 2-to-1 dog, and you get a 49% return on your bet with Safar. I gotta be honest though, I think this fight is more of a 50-50 fight rather than seeing Peralta a 2-to-1. Neither guy has big names on their resume, and this is the biggest fight in each guy's careers. Neither one could afford a loss. I don't think either one is gonna jump off the paper and finish their career and go into the Hall of Fame sort of thing, but it is an interesting matchup between two guys who are at the cusp of fighting for a world title. So you gotta tip your hat. I think Robin Safar has more shine right now, has a little bit more push, a little bit more momentum. I think he does a little bit more in the ring as well. I like his jab a little bit more. I think he has more power, and I think he's gonna be the more aggressive fighter. So I'm going all in on Robin Safar on the money line at $1.49. But if you look at the screen here, this is a triple that I gave the JSB Insiders, and I'm giving to you now. I usually give between 5 and 10 of these tickets a week. You not only see my plays before the fights like you see here, but you see all the tickets afterwards. Click the link that's pinned in the comment section to become a JSB Insider. Also, guys, this is not an echo chamber. In the comment section below, maybe you see something I don't see. Do you agree with me in thinking Safar remains undefeated? Or do you think the Argentinian Peralta is going to come to the States and etch his name for a bigger fight next? Also, guys, stay tuned to the channel. We got the fight card in Egypt. We have fights all over the world. I'll catch you guys in the next video.